Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is all about the CHoco Sound EMEI integrated amplifier. CHoco Sound is a subsidiary brand of the Kinki studio where they are known for their high performance preamp, power amp, integrated amplifier, mono blocks and headphone amp. What differs the CHoco Sound and the Kinki studio is that the CHoco Sound comes in a much compact form factor, aesthetically pleasing, a bit of wow factor here in terms of design to showcase the engineering capability to catch the eyeball of the younger audiophile generation. Naturally, in my opinion, CHoco Sound inherited the house sound of the Kinki studio. The EMEI integrated amplifier was released sometime in year 2022 and 23. Several upgrades has been done over the past few years, and I thought it warranted a video like this to detail the explanation what has been done. By looking at the outlook of the integrated amplifier, you wouldn't know whether this is the newer or older version. The outlook is the same and the back of the unit is also the same. If you ordered the unit from Windshine Audio or Kinki Studio official website, please let us know your order number as well as the serial number of the EMEI integrated amplifier that can be found at the back of the unit. Right. At the back of the unit, there's a serial number here. Let us know the order number as well as the serial number. We'll be able to advise you whether the integrated amplifier already comes with the latest amplifier module upgraded. If not, you can open the unit and share a photo of the interior so that we can advise you further. The purpose of having this video, the main objective is really to show you what is inside this EMEI and how to upgrade the older EMEI integrated amplifier with the latest amp module. Without further ado, let me show you what are the tools required to have this upgraded, and I'll show you the amp module in the later part of this video after I dismantle the EMEI integrated amplifier. Alright, I have the tools right underneath the rack. It's pretty simple. The upgrade requires no soldering. Simply plug and play. Then you are all set to go. There are a few tricky parts that I'll emphasize in the later part of this video so that you can take note of when you do the upgrade yourself. Alright, to dismantle this EMEI, all you need to do is to lift it up carefully. It's pretty heavy despite its compact size. At the bottom of the chassis, there are 7 screws that is holding the bottom panel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Use a 2.0 mm Allen key in metric size, 2.0 mm to unscrew the 7 screws. You are going to need the screw later, so please place the screw safely aside. What I'm going to do is to lift it at the hole here. I already had most of the screw removed, and ta-da, you'll be able to pop the bottom panel out. Lift the bottom panel safely aside, and this is how the integrated amp looks like internally. I thought I should spend some time to explain what it does internally and why, in my opinion, it sounds good and amazing despite the size. Alright, I gotta tilt this to a certain angle so that the camera can capture the beauty of this guy. It's pretty heavy. If you notice, I'm having shortness of breath of difficulty in talking. Please pardon me. I got to lift it up like this. The AC mains come from this AC inlets and it supplies the AC power to this module here. This module power up the display and the controller here in standby mode. So in general, in standby mode, the huge torque transformer here is not turned on. As soon as you use the supply remote control or use the button over here to turn on the unit, the module here will trigger a high quality relay to send the AC power to this huge torque transformer. I always emphasize huge in this case. Despite the size of the EMEI integrated amplifier, this torque transformer is unusually big. By looking at this camera angle, you wouldn't be able to tell how big is this transformer. It is a 400 VA, a 400 watt torque transformer, measure I think about 100 to 120 mm, and the height of this torque transformer is as thick as the EMEI integrated amplifier. So you can be sure that it is really a big transformer to supply adequate and sufficient power to the rest of the circuitry. And this is where the M module is. This M module is modular. It comes with preamp and power amp at the bottom. It takes the secondary AC mains from the torque transformer 1, 2, 3 to power up the circuitry. The first one is the 55 VAC AC that is sent to this power amp module. There are DC regulator, full bridge rectifier to convert the AC to DC for the power amp. There's this 15 VAC voltage from the torque transformer to power up the preamp section. The preamp section comes with full bridge rectifier as well as precision DC regulator to have the regulated DC supply to the preamp section. And this preamp here is not a simple preamp. It uses high quality Muse R2R resistor ladder step attenuator to attenuate the volume. Muse is from a company in Japan, and I believe this chip is made in Japan as well. The preamp circuitry sends the attenuated signal to the power amp module at the back. At this angle, again, you can't see the power amp module. Another set of secondary winding voltage is sent to this signal selector as well as the DC offset protection circuitry. In general, it's called loudspeaker protection circuitry to protect the loudspeaker in case anything goes wrong with this integrated amplifier. That's about it for a usual integrated amplifier design. Alright, it's pretty heavy. I gotta put it down. Please pardon me. Oh. Alright, let me show you the new M module. The M module, I have it here. Right, ta-da! Right away, you can tell the difference between the old and the new. The new one comes with two much larger capacitors. These capacitors are from a company called Vishay. Vishay bought over Philips PC many years ago, and this new capacitor is branded under Vishay. It is 6800 microfarad per piece as compared to the older one. The older one is 2200 microfarad per piece. So the DC reservoir capacitor is much larger now. There are also more fuses here. There are 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 fuses here to protect the amplifier module just in case anything goes wrong with the external connection. As we know, some of the customers use bare wire or uses spade as they connect the loudspeaker to the amplifier. When anything goes wrong with the bare wire or spade or even banana, when it goes into short circuit, the amplifier is protected by all these fuses. Instead of 2 in the older one, there are 4. There are also some components upgrade on the preamp section. The older one has yellow color capacitor, where the newer one is replaced with the black one. And there are also some other components that is replaced. For example, there are high quality resistor used here instead of the SMD in the past. All in all, the new module comes with better quality components and fine-tuning for sound quality as well as reliability. At the back of the unit is where the trade secret is. Underneath this CHoco Sound heatsink, the gold color heatsink, is where Kinki Studio has the trade secret hiding underneath. This is where these 4 components are the critical one that essentially made the house sound of Kinki Studio. The output stage uses 4 pieces of MOSFET from a company called Acicon. This particular guy here is a small heatsink, very smart design. Kinki Studio uses the chassis of the CHoco EMEI as a large heatsink that is attached to this small heatsink. The heat generated by this 4 MOSFET will be conducted through this small heatsink to the whole chassis for heat dissipation. Again, very smart design. Alright, Kinki Studio always design their product in modular fashion so that things can be upgraded whenever there's one released in the future. So this module can be purchased and upgraded by the user without soldering. All you need to do is unplug some of the connector, remove some of the screws, have the new module installed, and you are all set to go with a new sound. And I'm going to show you how to do it now. Alright, this is the first time I'm doing this, so if I make any mistake, please pardon me. I'll leave this module, the new module safely aside. Alright, there are a few connectors you need to remove before dismantling the end module. I'll just call it an M module. Essentially, this is the core module of the EMEI integrated amplifier beside the transformer, the input circuitry, as well as the display. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 connector to remove. Then we will be able to unscrew the screw that is securing this module to the chassis and pop this out. Removing this connector can be a little bit challenging. It's a bit tight. It's very high quality connector that is used for toy racing car or for high current transmission. It's gold plated, really high quality. Remove them. 4. And these two are the ribbon cable coming from the display as well as from the module to the input selector. Give it some space. Move the cables away from the module so that we can pop this module out from the chassis. The module uses two different kind of screw, 2.5 mm Allen key to unscrew 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 screws to remove. If you can't see this from the video, I'm gonna have the blog post and picture available to show you how to upgrade or to detail the upgrade procedure so that you don't miss any part. 4 screws to remove, and these are the most tricky part that I mentioned just now. These 2 screws are hiding underneath the preamp module, and it is securing the power amp module to the chassis or to the PCB stand. So these 2 screws are the most tedious part, and I will detail this in the picture in the blog post below. I know that having this camera angle taking in this fashion is difficult to tell, but these are the most tricky part in my opinion, and this is where many of you may face challenges removing and installing. Alright, the 3 other screws that's securing the small heatsink to the chassis uses 3 mm Allen key size. So unscrew them. If you have a tweezer with you, you'll be able to, a tweezer like this, you'll be able to lift out the screw and put it safely aside. Otherwise, you may just unscrew them fully and use your small finger. If you have a small finger like me, then you will be able to pop the screw out. Otherwise, you may actually leave it in the position. As you lift the M module out, do it very carefully because you know that there are 2 screws that is still hiding underneath the preamp module. Do not drop it, otherwise you will have difficulty finding it later. Alright, ta-da! Let me show you the 2 screws. These are the 2 screws that is securing the M module to the PCB stand, and these 2 are the most challenging one, and I already had one of them drop in the chassis. So pick it up and put it safely aside. And for this, the longer one, use a tweezer to help you and put it safely aside. If you can, use the tweezer to help you as well to move this screw safely aside. And ta-da! This is the older end module, and for comparison's sake, I should show you in this angle the older module and the newer module. And the newer module will fit right into the position nicely. Modular design, I always like it. I also like how Kinki Studio design their products as well as how they populate all the components on the PCB. It is very neat, well designed, high quality stuff. Alright, let me just put the older module underneath the shelf and have the new module installed. Before you do that, you know that these 2 screws is almost impossible to access if you have this module position in place. You will have to put the 2 screws here in position first before you install this module. So it's again kind of challenging. I'm going to do it step by step carefully, and this video may run a little bit longer if I make mistake. Okay, use a tweezer to help you to hold the screw in this fashion and secure this screw into the hole here. You notice that I would only do it for 1 because if I do it for 2, the other screw is going to pop out as I position this onto the PCB stand. Alright, give it some space and allow the module to go into place tilted a little bit, and use the Allen key to hold the screw that you have inserted just now to the PCB stand. And once you have it in position, tighten it. And ta-da! Do I have the lock? Yes, I have the first timer lock. I have secured the screw to the chassis. And the other challenging screw, again, you have to use a tweezer to help you to hold the screw in this fashion. And use your another hand to hold the Allen key in position carefully. Now you'll see me in the camera. I gotta bend my head to look at the screw and tighten it. It's kind of challenging. By this angle is quite difficult. Okay, I have it in place. Use the Allen key to tighten it. Okay, again, first timer lock. These two screws are the most challenging part of this upgrade. Once you have these two screws installed, the rest are really easy. Tighten the rest of the screw and we are good to go. Again, if you have a tweezer with you, it's always good to use this tweezer to aid you in difficult position like this. This space is a little bit tight and I will use this tweezer to help me to hold the screw and tighten it to the PCB stand. Okay, good. Alright, the last smaller screw before we do the 3 longer and bigger screw. Okay, good. I've installed 1, 2, 3, 4 small screw, and the next step is to use 3mm Allen key to install the 3 larger screw to secure the small heatsink to the chassis. You may put the 3 screw into the position first, then use the 3mm Allen key to tighten it to the chassis. This are much simpler as compared to the 2 tricky screw, in my opinion. Alright, tighten the screw by using your hand. Tighten it. Tighten it. Okay, we have the new M module installed. Please remember to connect all the wires. There are total 6 connectors to connect from the module to the input selector, as well as from the transformer to the module. This connector is foolproof. It can only go in one direction, so you wouldn't worry that you may have installed it in the wrong fashion, but I thought I should mention this in this video. So I have connected 2 of them and connect the loudspeaker output to the back of the unit. Connect the signal input, and the last 2 will be the ribbon cable. Connect this one first from the M module to the signal selector, and from the display to the M module. Ta-da! You have upgraded the older EMEI with the latest M module. In my opinion, this M module is essentially everything of the EMEI integrated amplifier besides the transformer, the standby transformer, input selector, and the display. With the new module, you essentially replace it with the improved version, improved DC power supply, improved protection with more fuses, improved preamp and power amp components and fine-tuning. This upgrade will give your EMEI integrated amplifier a new sound. Once you have done the installation, I will always recommend you not to have the input source connected, not to have the loudspeaker connected. The only thing you should connect now is the power cord. Connect the power cord, turn on the unit, what I call a smoke test. Make sure the amplifier doesn't smoke, doesn't catch fire before you connect the input source and the loudspeaker. It may sound scary, but I may have exaggerated things. The installation is simple, it will be fine. There are also things that you can tell by looking at the small window at the top here. The small little window here will tell you, there are couples of LED on the small window here that you can pick into to tell you whether the integrated amplifier is upgraded correctly or not. If everything is fine, the LED status is fine, you may turn off the power, connect the source to the integrated amplifier, connect your precious loudspeaker to the speaker binding post, and you are all set to go to listen to the new sound of the upgraded EMEI integrated amplifier. Alright, I think I've covered most of the stuff that I want to cover today. If you stay until the end of the video, thank you very much. Do subscribe to the channel for more updates like this, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.